I have been cheating on my husband with the woman he brought home as second wife. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the sad reality of my life. My name is Amina, and this is my story. 10 years ago, I married Abdul, the love of my life. Abdul and I met during our 3 weeks in NYSC orientation camp Gum State. We were so in love that everyone in camp talked about us. He was kind, generous, and from a wealthy family. Let me not forget to add that he was so handsome. He promised me something rare in our tradition, that I'd be his only wife. I believed him with all my heart, because he had earned my trust with the way he loved me. But promises are made to be broken. 10 years into our marriage, Abdul met Jamilet during one of his business trips to Yola State. He came home and told me he was taking a second wife. My heart shattered. But as a Muslim woman, I had no choice but to accept. He swore nothing would change between us, but I knew everything was about to change. The moment I saw Jamilet, something inside me stirred, a feeling I hadn't felt in years. It was like love at first sight. It was magical. I felt butterflies in my stomach, though I didn't want to admit it. Was I not supposed to resent her? I know you are wondering why. You see, back in my secondary school days, I had been in an all-girls boarding school, and I was into girls. We did many dirty things in our hostel, and I grew up being bisexual, even though I loved women more. This is my past resurfacing. Things I thought I had left behind when I grew older and embraced marriage. But Jamilet's presence brought all those buried feelings rushing back. Her smile, her beauty, her flawless skin, even the way she looked at me, it was magnetic. No wonder Abdul married her. I couldn't help myself. I tried to suppress my feelings for her, to focus on being the wife Abdul needed me to be. But Jamilet, she saw right through me. And just like that, I was drawn to her in a way I couldn't explain. We started from simple touches, and soon we got more and more intimate. We began making out, and we were deeply in love. It was terrifying and exhilarating all at once. I knew it was wrong, but how do you resist a force that feels so inevitable? Abdul commended us for getting along well. We did everything together. Abdul was often away on business trips, and Jamilet and I, we couldn't control ourselves. It's been 3 months and it has been amazing. It felt wrong, but also right. We were lost in our own world. We had sex at every slightest opportunity we had. My feelings for Jamilet kept growing by the day, and I'll do anything for her. Everything went well, but soon everything fell apart. One evening, Jamilet looked at me differently. "Amina," she said with a cold voice. "We need to get rid of Abdul, so we can continue our affair peacefully. We don't need his disturbance, and in the end, we will have all his properties to ourselves." That was the craziest thing I've ever heard. Of course I won't agree to that. But she threatened, "If you don't help me, I'll tell him everything about us, and everyone will know about our affair. You know you don't love him, and I don't love him either. It's you that I love. Let's do this so we can have more time to ourselves." My heart stopped. She had prepared a poison to kill him slowly without a trace, and eventually take over his wealth. I couldn't believe the person I had trusted with my secret could turn into a monster. I still love Abdul, my husband, more than anything else. I was trapped. If I didn't agree, Abdul would know the truth, and in my culture lesbianism is a great abomination and those guilty of it are stoned to death. I don't want to die. But if I did, if I agree with her, I'd lose the love of my life, the only man I have ever loved. And yes, I still love my husband very much. What would you do if you were me? Tell me in the comments, and don't miss part 2 of my story. It only gets tougher from here. Like, share, and subscribe to follow this twisted tale of love, betrayal, and survival. The truth is just getting started.